Thank you for joining back to us. This is going to be an episode number 2. We have Bhavika over here. Bhavika is a physio, and we have a lot of questions. I've gotten a lot of responses through emails to understand what does a physio do. So let's hear from her, and she will give a small introduction to understand what she exactly does. Hi, Bhavika. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Could you please give a small introduction of what a physio does?
Okay, so it can be from anything, a smallest injury to a biggest stroke, paralysis kind of a situation, or anything in your daily life, just aches and pains, your physio could be able to help with.
Okay. What is the most how do I put this to? कितने लोग आते हैं दिन में? What is the common problems that they have?
Common majorly is aches and pains. So after lockdown, we've been seeing a lot of neck pains, back pains, a lot of hand pains. So the way the world has shifted, so we've become more sedentary. We've become more work from home type of people. So when you're working from home, you're working, your brain is working, but your body is not, right? Before we used to have at least the traveling phase was going on. At least you were moving. Now that's very limited. So, and if you see a person sitting for 8 to 10 hours in their whole job, in their whole corporate lifestyle, they're just basically on the, laptop, they're sitting there. So the major problem we see is with neck and back because you're not moving much, you're not doing a lot of stuff, not a lot of activity.
So work from home worked in your favor.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very bad to say.
We have a lockdown right now.
No, not at all. It was shit lot of work for physios during the whole COVID as well. Not a lot of people realize it, and I would like to put a light on physios because we did major. Even though we were not considered that helpful, we were very helpful throughout the COVID situations, and even after COVID, if you go to see, we are playing major roles right now with people.
Not many people understand what a physio does, to be very frank. Other than probably sports, everybody knows sports injury.
Yes, true.
There's sports science, there's physios off the pitch, helping people out.
Yeah.
I've seen them live. Watch a lot of football. People running to the pitch and fixing some stuff. And I'm like, dude, I really don't know what you're doing. But I understand they're very helpful at the same time because I don't want my team to have an injured player for too long. But we still don't understand the basics of it from the very ground root. I mean, we know what a GP does. We know what a surgeon does.
True.
We know a gynec. True. We know pediatricians and we know when you have a toothache, where do you need to go?
True.
But I feel physios are not somebody who's out there in India yet.
Okay. So I would like to change this, okay? So we have been receiving a lot of limelight these days, which is good,
Awesome.
Yeah. But then we've been working since a very long time. We've been working since I would probably say since the World War, there have been physios. There have been a lot of people who've been working towards the whole physical therapy. So out of India, yes, definitely there is a lot of scope. There's a lot of people who know about us. Here the problem is not that people are not educated. Here the problem is that people feel like there is no actual need. Because we are not termed as the necessity people.
Correct.
So if you have, for example, if you have back pain, your first go-to would be what as a normal person?
Normally people would probably go just take some rest.
They would go to a normal GP, they would go to somebody to just get it checked. They would not visit a physio. But then your first step should be a physio. Because a normal GP or a MBBS doctor or any surgeon also for that matter knows a lot about your body. I know a lot about pain. So if you want to go to somebody to cure pain, you should be going to somebody who knows pain.
Makes sense. Can you give us some examples of some therapies? How does one...
So, right now in India, we have... So, it's a everyday changing situation in India right now. We are trying to cope up, we are trying to learn, we are trying to bring it into light, right? So, we are doing all types of things. We're doing from the smallest, exercising people, giving them exercises and bringing them into their daily rehab, to as good as doing needling, cupping, giving them more flexibility.
Wait,
There
what is
is
needling and what is cupping?
So there are acupuncture type of needles. There are like very fine needles, and then what they do is basically you help people with a lot of pain. You insert those needles and then they help you with the whole pain situation.
It's like a muscle relaxer.
Yes, it's not really a muscle relaxant. It's more of how your brain functions and how your brain would identify that as a foreign object. Okay, and then start sending a lot of stuff to that area. Your body will start to relax. So what I like to believe what needling does, okay, apart from what everybody teaches and does, like my perspective, is if your muscle is super tensed, okay, it's like puffed up like a balloon. If I just insert something and give it time to relax and rest, what would it do?
Oh, it'll probably help you out with it.
Exactly. It just gives you some relaxation. And it's very temporary. I wouldn't say it's, like a fix. You need to do a lot of stuff to get to the fix. So
it takes a little time. It's not like a GP giving you a medicine and you go home.
not at all. Not at all.
No, it takes time.
Yes, absolutely. And it should take time for a change because it took time for that injury to occur. Okay. And if not injury also, for example, like an ache and pain occurs for you. You've been sitting in that position for so long. You've been doing that whole posture change for so long. Obviously, you're supposed to develop some drawback.
Correct.
So you're just developing some drawback.
You mentioned something about cupping. What's cupping?
Cupping is, so it's like different types of cups. You have plastic, silicone, bamboo, you have glass, a lot of types of cups. And then you would basically just create suction and vacuum into it and you apply it to a muscle.
Okay.
They help.
So it kind of vacuums.
Yes. The muscle, the fascia, the blood vessels up, and then your body just has more time to relax and open up.
Mark.
Yeah.
What a vibe.
Yeah.
I've
It's like kuch daag achhe hai.
That makes sense. So tell me a little more about your childhood. How does one come to the point wherein they say, I want to be a physio?
It's a very, I mean, like,
Did you
it's
choose that?
interesting. It's interesting in a weird way.
Okay.
I chose it for sure.
Chose it.
Yeah. But then, like every other person, my first go-to was also, wanting to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. Like, I was like, into hearts. Yeah.
How did you change that from?
So, to become thank you. To become a cardiothoracic surgeon, you have to go through a lot of studying.
Which I'm gonna guess you were good at.
I'm not pretty much. To be honest, I was not. So I'm not somebody who would. Yeah. Cheers.
Shit.
I am still, I feel. So I'm not good with studying. I'm good with learning. And so I got a lot of professors who were good at teaching, who were good at understanding that I was good at learning and never good with marks. And then that is where I got introduced to the whole physiotherapy.
Like, did you search? Or
No. I'll tell you, that's what, very interesting. So everybody wants to be an astronaut when they are 7-year-old. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was 7. And then I was like, physics nahi aa rahi mere ko. And then I grew up and...
Kya hai ye sir?
Exactly. No, so I wanted to be a astronaut. Then finally I was like, I wanted to do something in the medical field. Wanted to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. My grandma got paralysis. And then we used to have a physio who used to come to treat her. And then I used to really like that whole situation where it was like, it's a very organic field, There is no
Nobody's
buttering
forcing
up.
that, yeah.
There is no... So a physio visits you for an hour. Okay. And the whole conversation that you have, the way they handle you and everything. I was really stunned by how the whole profession works. And then from there, I started to, develop that whole, I want to be this. And then I guess eventually life took a turn to put me here.
Getting those degrees in your hand as a doctor, I understand it's very expensive.
Oh, very, very expensive.
Is it worth it?
Absolutely. Your job is like...
I'm dumb enough to...
I'll tell you... No, it's not like that. No, you see, your job is daily meeting a lot of people. me personally right now, I meet a lot of old people, and you wouldn't believe my whole aspect on family and love has changed because of these.
Is it?
Yeah. You go to these families, one of the family member is injured and they're in pain. I'm taking care of them. But the way the whole family supports it, I've seen, I'll tell you a story, okay? Like, if you are into it, yeah. So, I had this whole couple, very old couple. The auntie was around 70, 75. She had gone through a lot of issues. This was during the COVID. She got COVID. She had breast cancer. And she was basically going through a lot of treatments. But she needed physio so that she could get back to at least walking. She was bedridden. And she had oxygen throughout for her. So my job was just making her sit down and walk with the oxygen. Okay. So it was interesting for me as well. But then she had this husband. Okay. I can't describe the love that they showed me. Like, that is when I was like, I'm so happy being a physio. Because the uncle took care of this auntie so well. And that uncle is supposed to be 10 years elder to this auntie.
He's in 80s.
Yeah.
Good God.
Taking care of this patient of mine. And then it was very beautiful.
Relationship goal sort of stuff, right?
Exactly, right? Like,
Yeah. So then where did you get your degrees from?
I did my, I did 10th and 12th from Mumbai itself. And then I went to Rajasthan for my physiotherapy degree.
Okay. So then you came back and then you wanted to work, or how did you proceed further in your profession?
No, so what happened was, even though, a lot of people in my field as well, what they do is they start working later on after their, once your degree is over, that is when you would work up, right? What I started doing was, every vacation that I came back to Mumbai, I searched for a local physiotherapy clinic or somebody who was very popular in that area. And I started working for them as an observer, as an intern, just doing their menial, petty jobs.
Do they pay good for an intern?
They pay nothing.
Nothing for an intern. Like,
Yeah, zero.
good God, dude.
So I worked like every vacation, every holiday.
How many days, how many weeks?
It was like I used to get holidays for 2 months when I used to come back to Mumbai, and I used to work for those 2 months. So
They're getting good experience as well.
Exactly, yeah. So I tried to keep it going. And then when lockdown hit, I was like, I need to do more. Because I didn't want to be somebody who was, still doing that same job in the hospital, having a boring lifestyle. I wanted to do more. So I started discovering more people. And then basically I just found out a lot of courses. And then I went and did every possible course that I could. I financed my courses. And then I just started doing them. So like needling, cupping, taping, all of these courses, they are not taught in the school. You have to learn them outside. So these are like specialized courses. So I did them outside.
And it helps you big time in your profession.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
More than helping, as I told you, I'm a learner.
Right.
Yeah, it keeps me going. It's for me, it's never for others, like I feel.
So, does it changes the fact... Okay, I don't know how to put this question as politely as I possibly can, but does the gender matters?
With the profession?
Yeah, with the profession, yeah.
No, not at all.
Nothing?
So, gender of a physio or gender of... no one does it.
If it has no problems if you're a woman or you're a man?
Nothing at all. Like, my class had majority of women.
Is it?
Yeah. We had very few male physios, but then I feel we need more male physios,
Right.
It's like a very, it's a great job, but it requires a lot of effort. So if you have more men around, it's like I don't know, I don't...
Nice balance.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
You don't want one gender to...
Just be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like probably in psychologists,
Yeah.
more female.
No females, but still,
whatever reason.
like, because we understand brains better.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
True.
Okay.
Or probably we have the capacity to listen more. What do you think?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I would
this conversation
needs
a whole different video altogether.
Sure.
Because I have a friend.
Okay.
She is a psychologist. Properly practicing and everything.
Oh.
Very good in what she does. And she was mentioning that not many boys,
are in that field, yeah.
Wants to be that person. So I maybe thought physio has similar situation.
Yeah, true. Like, I don't know why there are not a lot of
stigma somewhere wherein since it's more towards caring for the patient.
Oh, that's not at all. So I'll tell you, my my most helpful teachers have been male, who have taught me so much.
Because normally women are naturally a little more caregivers than men
true.
itself.
But then I feel it's not just the care, right? It's performing as well.
Because a normal GP would give you a medicine and that's pretty much it. Maximum, you probably check your eyes,
True.
tonsils. You guys are like out there, really helping situation out with exercise.
True.
So you're a little more hands-on.
Yes. We are absolutely hands-on. We are all hands on the deck also at times. So it's like
happy patient out there.
That's bad. So we're just like the middleman sometimes, I feel, We're connecting the patient to everybody around in the field. Be it ortho, neuro, cardio, everybody, every surgeon out there is like connected to us, and then we are connecting to the patient. And similarly, the patient is connected to us, and then we are connected to those doctors.
So in your case, you don't prescribe no medicines.
No, not at all. No medicines. What you can call it as functional medicines, more of like if you lack any micronutrients, so I would suggest you to go for that. Okay. So we are more suggestive people. We advise, we do not prescribe.
That's a good thing. Because I don't know if people know the truth about medicines properly.
Oh,
the thing without...
That's super true, yeah.
So that's an amazing thing. Everybody has this posture problem because now we're all living in this world of laptops and computers and mobile phones.
True.
So someone like me who probably is on the computer for like the good 11 hours a day, it's impossible to sit like this,
Okay.
Because it's just a very weird posture to sit now.
True.
So it's like the entire world is forcing you to now sit like this.
True.
And then you do that for a very long time, and now you look at yourself in the mirror, and now you have this huge bend.
True.
And a lot of back pain.
Obviously, your posture is just twisting through us.
Someone like me who puts in so much time into sitting like this, how long would that take me if I do everything you say, let's say? How long would that take me to go back to this?
Honestly speaking, everybody requires a different amount of sessions or time, or for example, you could require just 5 sessions, but at the gap of like every month or every week or every alternate day. There would be some people who would require it every day, because it's just basically how much your body needs and how much it can take. Okay. So if your body is just like built enough to take enough, it can be done within a day.
Fair enough. And how much does a physio appointment would cost? Like for an example, give me an example.
So right now in India, as you said, we are not very well known. We charge really low. We're not. I've seen physios who charge from the minimum of 300 to a maximum of 6 to 7K per session.
6-7K per session?
Yes.
Holy Jesus, what the fuck are they doing over there?
Oh, that's what. Hands-on, but then that's changing everybody's life, right?
Right.
And okay, I feel like if you go to a specialist, okay, if you go to any type of a specialist, take for example a skin specialist, how much do you think a skin specialist consultation would charge?
Nothing less than $800, I would say.
800?
Nothing less than.
Just a consultation?
Probably.
How much time will he give you?
2 minutes, 3 minutes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think that specialist is worth 3 minutes and 800 rupees. But a physio who's going to give you half an hour, 45 minutes is not worth 5K?
Oh, that makes sense. See, again, since we do not have this data to even begin with.
True.
We
I
don't
agree.
know how useful.
So that's what I'm saying. So for like, how they've put up physios, we're pain specialists. We specialize in pain care, which is like not known. I feel like you should change the whole physical therapist to pain relief therapist. Just give it a motive for people to read.
Right. The word would make people come forward.
Exactly.
Get help.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And for example, just a backache, you would go to a GP, he'll give you medicines, it'll last for few days, it'll come back because obviously it's happening because of your bad posture. Again, you'll go to him, get some pills. After a while, you'll be tired. You'll feel like, let's go to a ortho, get it scanned. All of this process will cost you how much?
A lot of money.
Exactly. Easily from like 100 rupees minimum to a maximum of 10K. If you directly reach a physio who's going to charge you like 1,500, whatever they charge you basically in your area, it will be so easy. And then your sessions would be like, if they give you 10 sessions for 1,000 rupees as well. So then your 10 sessions would cost you 10,000. You're doing the same job. Lesser time.
Patient of arthritis can come towards
Absolutely.
getting help from you guys.
Absolutely.
What other major illnesses that normally you get your people from?
I'll tell you what, there is no field where a physio doesn't stand out.
Here,
Sports, we're there.
big time.
Cardiovascular, if you have any cardio issues, a physio is there. If you have, okay, we are not doing like a major job like a cardiothoracic surgeon, but we're doing a major job from bringing you back from that surgery.
Correct. I mean, they are doing something terminal. You guys are like helping out people on everyday
Yes.
basis. So I've heard you recently started your own clinic. Is it? How's that
Yep.
working out for you?
I would say fair enough, like good.
Yeah. You just started.
Yeah.
So
It's
fair
been
enough is
three,
huge.
yeah, it's been 3 months and I would say I'm doing better than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what all equipments there is necessary for a physio to have in that clinic?
Okay. So if you go to a normal physio clinic, you will see a lot of machines, a lot of equipments. Depending on how well they are with technology, their machines would be fancier.
Okay. Expensive?
Very expensive, super expensive machines, and a lot of tech related machines, like a lot of stuff going on in
I've seen one of machine beds. You
yeah.
kind of moves up and down.
Oh, that is great for like stroke patients and everything. That's amazing to help people out. But that won't really be into a physio clinic setup. That would be more like a hospital setup.
So if somebody wants to start their own clinic as of now, if let's say somebody is watching as a physiotherapist right now, and if they're done with their work, which I'm pretty sure like 99% of them are probably done with their work already, because they're all coming home and thinking otherwise, right?
True.
What do they have to do to start something like what you have?
Of their own?
Yeah.
Just confidence, I feel. A lot of support, confidence. Capital background, true. But then it depends what type of physical therapy you're giving. You know?
What
So-
type are you giving to begin?
So I am like completely no machine related physio. I have no machine, no equipment in my whole setup. But I use cups, needles, I have tapes in the clinic. I do something called the applied physiology, where we are integrating the mind and the body. We're more related to how nutrition is so important for your aches and pains. So I would say mine is like a good budget physio clinic.
Okay.
Not a very high one, not a very low one. So
Is it connected to yoga by any means?
yoga brings a lot of exercises, a lot of different types of positions, postures. So I wouldn't say connected, but then influenced for sure. Because like, you know how yoga works with bringing mind body together again? Similarly, that's what my setup works with, bringing mind body together.
Do you use any of their techniques into your practice?
Not as of now, no.
But-
So I have more of a Chinese medicine approach. Like,
I said Chinese medicine, you're not manufacturing, you're not bringing like medicines from
No,
China,
no,
you're
no.
talking about the therapy.
Yes. So I'll tell you what. Our culture was very rich in Ayurveda, right? We come from that whole root where Ayurveda is just flourishing in our country. Because of the whole modern medicine situation, we've fallen short on the Ayurveda. Similarly, the Chinese medicine, it works on meridians, energies, and how your every single body. So they have the saying, okay, that your brain is just how we say, it's just the brain that's controlling your whole body. They have this thing where they're like every cell, every inch of your skin is as good as your brain. Because, for example, if I touch you, you get the whole signal, right? From your skin, you got the signal, not from your brain. So they have this कि हर cell एक brain की जैसा function करता है, एक individual component की तरह function कर रहा है.
Okay.
तो हम brain को इतना empower क्यों कर रहे हैं?
We should have equal.
Everywhere.
Okay, never thought about it in that manner.
Yeah. So I like to work on that aspect. So I'll tell you what. Give me a common type of pain or ache or injury, anything, just
Neck pain, very common nowadays.
neck pain. I'll tell you what. You wouldn't believe, but then majority of people who have neck and shoulder pain have some stress going on in their life
Okay.
because you're carrying burden, right? So you're supposed to be having a lot of shoulder and neck pain. It's as good as हम बोझा उठा रहे चल रहे, तो neck pain होगा. Back pain, lower back pain. For example, yeah, you're lacking support. You're lacking major support in your life. You just feel unsupportive because your core and your back is supposed to hold you, give you support.
Okay.
So it's connected that way, Every part of your body is just connected to an emotion that you are experiencing.
Is going in
or can.
towards spirituality?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So that matters. I mean.
Yeah, in my practice, that's how I am working.
Okay.
I'm working with how every organ, every muscle, every inch of your body is gonna respond to specific things.
Makes sense. How do you understand whether if your patients are getting better? Like, is there a way of you forming yourself to understand whether if your practice is making a difference? Is there a feedback form? Do you keep in touch with your patients?
I do. I keep asking them frequently how they are, and it's more of they don't come for one session, right? They come for a second one. So you get a follow up in the second one. You get a good feedback in the second one. How the first one was.
Who would probably prescribe you and just leave you alone by themselves?
Yes.
You would actually call back and then understand whether if they're all right.
Caregivers, right? So you need to actually give care.
That makes sense. Hence, you spend a lot of time with these people to understand their body a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. So, again, when you open a clinic, what would you say is a successful business? How would you quantify a successful running clinic fee?
Okay. Obviously, everybody would think of how your घर चल रहा है and पैसे आ रहे. That is definitely there. Okay. The field is rich. It's not something that is not rich. I wouldn't, put it that way. But more than money, it's just how a corporate job, for example, I have seen people having corporate jobs, very lousy jobs. We have good jobs. So recently, even Modi spoke about physiotherapists. And recently there was this whole study also that physiotherapists are the happiest job people. Yeah. We're one of those people who are very happy with their jobs. Because we go to different families, we meet different people. They come with aches and pains, but then eventually they're happy, right? So it just gives you happiness.
Can you give us an example of probably one of your most interesting patients?
Interesting.
Whatever you want to say. Someone who moved you, other than the family that you.
That was my only that was my only. I swear. See, for example, if you've seen that very early in your career, you cannot top that. That is one.
They probably
really have
60 years.
Absolutely.
60 fucking years.
And see, I'm telling you that auntie has been going through a lot for a very long time. Cancer she fought a lot of issues also.
And he's
Correct. COVID. Yeah, he was there. He was all there. So then I feel
is this possible in modeling men and women?
Personal opinion?
Yes, please. Is it
possible if they understand that, if you see this, if you be in my place and see that couple, I guess you'd understand. And anybody could see themselves there. It's not just, like...
As a woman, of course, you also have your own personal life as well, other than
True.
being a physio, helping patients out, being
Yeah.
a caregiver.
Mhm.
And do you have any social medias that you're active on?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
How do you like
I'm on...
How do you like those social medias? Do you post a lot? Do you go out?
I do not
reconnect?
post a lot. Like my personal Instagram, I do not post much. But then when I post, I make sure like it's like one of those moments that was very important to me. So I feel like I am that type of a person.
Are you that type
It's
of
not that-
people who would take a picture of whatever they are eating just to make sure everybody knows what they're eating?
Yeah. I am a type of person who would click pictures and then never post them. Because that is for me. Like,
Same.
for me to see कि मैंने आज इतना खाया. Wow.
But yeah, every time a table comes up with some food, there is this one guy who's just waiting to eat that thing. And the chicks are like all about it. I'm like, come on, let me eat, man. I've paid for this. All I want to do is fill my
See,
stomach.
it's tastier if you wait and eat. No. See, think about it.
How many times I've had breakups about this? अबे खाने दो बे.
नहीं. वो तो नहीं हो रहा ना.
Oh God.
So I feel like the whole
It's one of the reasons I don't want to have kids.
same. Oh wow.
Boom.
I
God. But those couples that you just mentioned, the old ones, do they have kids?
yeah. So
The kids getting?
they are super caring.
Wow.
Really good family.
This is like very different type of family that
I know, right? Like, no, I've seen different as well. I'll tell you. I've seen patients alone, super rich, having lots of money. Their kids are abroad, nobody taking care. They're just sending money, so you take care of yourself.
makes sense. Okay. I mean, at least they're supporting financially. If not,
Seriously.
I mean, there are people I know about who wouldn't even do that. So it's like if there are 3 checks in the life of being an asshole,
Okay.
pick one at least. The other
No. I feel like it's so important to be a human. Don't be emotionally, physically all the time there. But then sometimes...
makes sense. Well, I'll let them know.
And what if your parent is going through that because you are missing?
That is also possible. The
So-
stress of
Yeah.
no kid around.
Yeah. Just being lonely throughout the day, 24/7. Just alone. One person who cannot walk, who cannot go down. Just in their house.
Now, if you look at it in this way, your responsibility is just more than just.
Exactly. So when I go to them, I am everything.
How do you
Yeah.
perform in such pressure?
I feel I'm a good speaker. ठीक है, self-boasting, ठीक है. हाँ. So I'm just good with people, that's it. I like to talk. I like to know that they're doing fine. So eventually my therapy is working, right? Because they need somebody to talk to. और कोई बातचीत रहा है उनसे तो उनका काम हो रहा है.
So what's your main goal? Is it earning money? Is it having a good life? Is it being a good person? What's your end goal looks like before Thanos does one of these? What do you want?
Just some peace.
Just some peace.
Yeah, like happiness, peace. I see myself there. So as of now, I like write. I do some poems, some write-ups. But then other than that, I don't know. My job is quite peaceful. My work is quite peaceful right now. But then I want that whole achievement. I'll tell you this, okay? So there's this line. You can do everything. Everything will look like a chaos all your life. But then there will be this 1 second where everything will just be in sync. So I'm looking for that moment, that whole sync, where it comes together. Why did the whole evolution go through so much for that one?
I used to think about this and baffles me all the bloody time. So I've stopped thinking about that. That, billions and billions of years ago, something bursted somewhere, made us.
True.
Now we sit here, talk about something else.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers for that. Fuck this shit. So, achieving what you have achieved, clinic and patients and caregiver, does that affect your personal life? I'm sure you Are you single? Are you dating?
I'm dating,
Awesome.
but then
Does that affect that relationship as well? Are you like, the moment the guy sits probably like this, you're like, shut the fuck up, straight down, and you start massaging him? Like,
no,
happen?
no. So, no. It took me a minute because I thought about it. Do I actually do that?
You do that, don't you?
Sometimes? But no. I don't do that. I don't.
Call him.
You speak the truth. No. No, so no.
Wow, that's a lot of no's, man.
Yeah, I have to check through whatever you said, right? So like everything was a no.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect my daily lifestyle. But sometimes, when you do not get results with the patient, you just feel like taken back. So then you just get very churched, you get very annoyed. And then you have to go back. You have to go back to studying. I have to do that every day, for sure. But then you have to go back to understand why it's not going. So it takes a toll because I have to first focus on that, right? So even keeping my personal life aside, it's my job to make sure that person is all right the next time it comes to me. So,
For an example, when a developer has an issue, he's not able to fix it. They have a bunch of forums, and they would go in there, either post their question or probably somebody who already got the decision.
true.
And they would read up, and then they would go and apply the same thing that this person is facing as an issue. Is there any forum? How do you guys feel connected to it?
There are like groups and everything that a lot of people where you can, but then for me personally, I have a friend who does that for me, who's like
Probably a guy.
yeah, who's like I'll just punch that whole thing on him if I'm not able to find it, and then he'll get back with answers. Or else I have like I have a teacher, I have a guru, and then he's always there basically. So I can rely on people for sure, and it's not a one-person job ever, and it can't be as well because physical therapy as a whole is a lot about having ideas, different perspectives and views. So you need to have
Community is very important.
very
because
important, yes.
Gives them a overall view.
Yeah, more of if I run out of ideas and I run out of resources, I can rely on these people often. Because they have like 10 different resources. So they can rely on them, and then it's just
This has been well. This is giving me a whole different view.
to physical therapy.
Yeah, because this is something that I wasn't aware of, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not aware of it. And I'm welcoming everybody to have more questions and probably throw us an email, which will be there in the comment box. And I'm hoping there will be a lot of questions so that we can do an episode 2 answering those questions.
Sure, definitely.
It was amazing having you over here,
Same.
and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Yeah, thank you so much for coming in.
Most welcome. Take care.